The Orlando Magic continue to make moves in this offseason. The first one being shoring up their coaching staff, and the next one, they announced the Summer League roster. So we're going to take a look and preview that, as well as also talk a little bit about what could potentially be next for free agency after the Tyus Jones signing. Not much going on just yet, but obviously still more to come, specifically Mo Wagner and trying to get him back under contract for the Orlando Magic. But first, guys, welcome to Magic Digest. I'm your host, Patrick Previty. This is your one-stop shop for Orlando Magic basketball content here on YouTube. Now, this channel has definitely been growing over the last week or so, so I appreciate all of you guys who have just stopped in. I did double check this number because I've been using this same graphic for a while, and the subscribed amount is a little bit higher, I believe, than 29.2%. But guys, thank you so much. We're still trying to get that number up, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It's the easiest and best way to support us here at Magic Digest. So obviously the news that I was talking about as far as sharing up the coaching staff, God Shammgod, Dallas Mavericks player development coach, as well as legend, basketball legend, Providence hailing legend, has agreed to join the Orlando Magic as an assistant coach. Clutch Sports told ESPN this. Obviously, this is Sham, so this is a real deal. So there's obviously kind of a connection with God Shammgod and Jamahl Mosley. When Jamahl Mosley was an assistant in Dallas, he specifically requested that Shammgod join the team. And, he's been there for 6 years. Obviously, Jamahl Mosley comes from Dallas, so there's familiarity there. And I think that is kind of where this comes from. Get an offensive guy, get a shooting coach. He obviously had relationships with Luka Doncic when he was there, and Kyrie Irving when Kyrie Irving actually just re-signed. So, during his tenure with Kyrie Irving, so he's worked with some great shooters, and I think that is a real positive. Could he? I'm not going to say that this is the biggest difference maker of all time, but I certainly think that this is a positive. Something I wanted to mention, and something that I know a lot of Magic fans like to see. Talked a lot about this last year, trying to shore up, getting another shooting coach, getting another offensive guy on the staff. This has just continuously been a very positive offseason. So this move, I think, was really good. So let's also talk next about the Summer League roster. Now, if you're curious as to, who is on this roster, here we go. Jace Richardson, Tristan da Silva. You also got Noah Pinda on here. He's going to be wearing number 93. But Jace Richardson, Tristan da Silva, Noah Pinda are going to be the guys that are kind of like leading the way here. Obviously, we're watching some of the other previous draft picks that we've had. Maybe, I don't know, honestly. You guys are going to have to fill me in on some of these guys on the roster because I don't really remember too many of these players. But yeah, so we're obviously going to have to watch some of the draft picks, such as the main three. Tristan da Silva, I think, is probably only going to play about half the time here. As we look at his rookie stats from last season, he's not going to be a guy that you want to see out there and risking injury. I remember Anthony Black was in a very similar spot last year. If y'all can recall that amazing first Summer League game that this team had, where all of our young guys seemed to be firing on all cylinders, then practically it was just like none of those guys need to play anymore. We realized that they're better than Summer League. Half of the time, Summer League is just a checkbox to make sure that you don't just struggle there and that you can play in the NBA. It doesn't show that you're going to be great in the NBA, but it just shows that you're better than the Summer League talent, and I think that that's all Tristan da Silva needs to do. Check that box. Get out of there without any injury. I think he's only going to play 2 games in Las Vegas Summer League. That is the only Magic Summer League that Orlando will be. That is the only Summer League, that Orlando will be playing in. So he's got July 10th through probably July 14th, and then I think he's going to be done. But obviously it runs through July 20th. And as far as expectations for Jace Richardson and Noah Pinda, same thing. I'd like to see if Jace Richardson can create his own shot, can be a playmaker. Doesn't seem too overwhelmed by the size. Obviously, you're playing against pro basketball players, guys coming from overseas, guys who have had NBA caliber minutes and have gotten actually decent playing time in the NBA. So you're going to want to make sure that you can be able to be a playmaker, kind of transfer what you did from Michigan State over to the Summer League. Now, it's not going to be the end-all, be-all. You still want none of these guys to get injured. And same thing with Noah Pinda. What exactly, how raw of a prospect is he? Are we going to see maybe hit, that shot that we're kind of hoping is pretty decent, sort of NBA caliber? Are we going to be able to see some of that offensive game, some of the defensive versatility? I think we're going to be watching that. But yeah, let's take another look here at this at the entire lineup really quick. Obviously, we're going to want to see some of these other players. So if you're looking at this list and there's anybody that catches your eye, Drop it down in the comment section below. I definitely want to, before July 10th, before the first game, which I believe is against the Sacramento Kings, I want to go to a full in-depth look at who are these players and who exactly on this roster. Could be a surprise. Now, obviously, I don't think that we're going to I don't know if we're going to see any of these guys outside of the main three on the active roster or get a two-way, but I think it would be really cool regardless, and something that definitely is worth watching. Now, let's move to Mo Wagner. In the last video, I mentioned that they retained the bird rights of him and Caleb Houston. You guys corrected me in the comment section down below, and I definitely appreciate that. Since using the mid-level exception, they're now hard capped at that first apron, and they will not have the bird rights to both Mo Wagner and Caleb Houston. So I was incorrect on that. I appreciate you guys letting me know in the comments section, because that's obviously a very important thing for this whole thing, because I was very confident that they're going to re-sign Mo Wagner. I still think that that is the case. I was scrolling through X a little bit the other day, and I did see kind of where he might end up falling, and that is in the $7.5 to $8.5 million range. So he's taking a pay cut. Obviously, when you decline a team contract, unless you're or a team option, you're usually either looking long term or that player's going to take a pay cut. So we're going to see exactly how this unfolds, but they obviously, and I'm trusting you guys, they don't retain the bird rights. I don't know exactly where Caleb Houston falls into this. Maybe there is an avenue where they have to trade Jet Howard, because obviously we didn't see him on the Summer League roster there. I don't know how many people actually expected him to play in Summer League, but maybe there were reports that he was planning on doing it even in his third year, and he's obviously not doing it anymore. Third year guy, hasn't really panned out as much, is going to keep us from potentially keeping Mo Wagner at a decent price, or at a fair price also to him. Not trying to lowball him either. Maybe they end up making a deal and trading him. I just think that was interesting. I've seen a handful of things, such as the amount that they're trying to pay, as well as maybe potentially getting rid of Jet Howard. I don't know if Caleb Houston is coming back at this point, but I certainly like this roster and what they have been able to do over the last week or so. So I think it's been good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are there any players on that Summer League roster that you're really looking at seeing maybe they could potentially be a two-way guy or somebody to watch in the G League down below? It should be very interesting when that comes around. I'll do a full preview of it. And as always, I'll see you guys next time with more Orlando Magic basketball content.